I'm sharing with you my top 5 favourite things that I've sewn in 2021, but before I do, let's see some bloopers. Let's get making. Nope. What am I trying to say? Hi crafty people! I am so proud of all of the sewing projects that I was able to achieve this year. Most of them I was able to make tutorials for and share on my YouTube channel. Some I shared on Instagram and some I just did personally. So today I'm going to be showing you my top 5 favourite things that I've sewn to show you the things that I'm most proud of that I made this year. If this is your first time on my channel, then welcome. My name is Marie and this channel is all about motivating mums to make and mend. So I hope you're excited today to see what my favourite projects were that I made this year, and with all of that being said, let me share with you my top 5 projects.
Favourite sewing projects.
The first project I'm sharing with you is this princess dress here that I made for Isabel's 4th birthday. This project here was by far the hardest thing that I have sewn this year, but it is also the thing that I'm absolutely the most proud of. Isabel had a very specific idea in mind of what a princess dress would look like, and she had been talking about wanting one for a long time. Isabel really loves the colour red and she loves sparkles, but she'd also told me that princess dresses have roses on them. So with all of that in mind, I designed this, and I just think it is absolutely gorgeous and she looks so sweet when she's wearing it. I didn't share the making of this dress in a YouTube video because I had no idea whether it was going to work out and I didn't know what I was doing and I was just making things up. So it wasn't worth filming it for you because I didn't actually know what I was sharing with you. But I did share in real time the making of this dress over on my Instagram. So if you go to my Instagram page, which is linked in the description box, there's a little highlight there called Princess Dress. So if you want to go and have a look at the process of making this dress, you could go and look at that at the end of this video. But I'll go through some of the features of it with you now. As I was planning the making of this dress, I knew I wanted to add a shirred panel on the back so that it was able to stretch as she put it on. That way there didn't need to be a zip or a button or something on the back to close the dress over, which means that she's able to put this dress on herself because it will just stretch out and back onto her as she's putting it on. I fully lined the bodice of this dress to make sure it was comfortable, and I did have to put some ribbon around the edges here of the sleeves because this sequin fabric, when I turned it over to hem it, the inside was a bit scratchy with the sequins. Unfortunately, that was a last minute decision to quickly put the ribbon on, and I only had purple available, but once it's on her you can't actually see that, so that's okay. The sleeves have elastic around the arms so that when they're against her they hold nice and tight, which makes the sleeves look a little bit more puffy. I made these roses using a long strip of fabric that I put a gathering stitch on and just kind of scrunched it all up into a circle, and then I've hand sewn them on before I put the lining on the bodice so that when I attach them you can't see the hand stitches on the inside. The skirt here is a 3/4 circle skirt so that it's nice and full because she does like to twirl around and watch her skirt fly around, as I'm sure every little girl does and some older people as well. And I've also included pockets in the side here because all princesses deserve pockets. Everyone needs pockets. So yes, there are pockets in her princess dress as well. To design this dress, I used a shirt that I knew fit her to work out the neckline and the shoulders and how big it fit across her. And I used a summer dress which had shirring on the back to work out how big of a panel to make there. I also used a skirt that she wears that I knew fit her nicely from her waist to the length that I was looking for. So using a whole bunch of different clothes that I knew fit her, I patterned out some pieces and made this dress just based on her clothes that she already owned. I wasn't able to try this on her and fit it to her as I was making it because it was a gift to her and it was a surprise. So it was a bit of a guess as to whether it was going to fit, and for the most part it was. I did need to unstitch the skirt and raise it a little bit, but it wasn't too hard of a fix to make, and it actually, other than that, has fit her really well. So I'm so pleased with this dress. It was very challenging to be making it without fitting her and without knowing what I was doing and just making up the pattern. And also the fabrics that I was using weren't particularly friendly to work with, but we got there and I am so pleased with how this dress turned out. So this is absolutely my favourite thing that I have sewn this year. The second of my favourite projects that I'm sharing with you today are the kids' summer hats. I made hats like this last summer for the kids to use, and I shared a tutorial about these on my YouTube channel, so I can link that in the description box. But I have actually made so many of these this year. I made each of the kids a new one this summer so that they could have one that fit them, and also I've added in a chin strap and toggle, which has been excellent, especially with Alice, who's my 2-year-old. This one's Alice's hat here, and it's been such an excellent addition to have this strap here so that we can attach their hat so it doesn't blow away in the wind or get taken off. I've made a lot of these this year, not just for my kids, but also as birthday presents when the kids are invited to parties based on whatever the invitation theme is. Like there was a Spider-Man invitation, so we made one with Spider-Man fabric, or a Frozen one, or one with rainbow patterns on it. I've made so many of these hats this year, and they're always well received by the people that I give them to. So I counted them up, and I think I've made 12 of these hats this year, which is quite a lot. And I know I have plans to make another one for Ruben, who is our 11-month-old. He needs another hat too, and a chin strap, because he is definitely at the stage where he doesn't want to keep hats on. So I have here this hat that I made for Alice, this fish one. I have Elijah's truck yellow hat. If you know Elijah, you know. And I also have this lovely strawberry one with the green toggle that I made for Isabel. Project number 3 that has been my favorite this year has been these feeding bibs that I made for Ruben. Again, I have made a tutorial on making these bibs, so I will link that in the description box if you're looking to learn how to make these as well. The reason I like these bibs, they're made of PUL, which is waterproof, which you need for a bib. You can wipe them down. They're machine washable. There are snaps to close it over, but there are also snaps here on the back which open out this pocket, hang on, like this. And you're able to open out the pocket flat so that as the food gets trapped in there when they're eating, you can open it out, tip out any of the food that has been trapped in the pocket before you then chuck this in the washing machine. These are the things that I've sewn that we have used the most this year, and I'm looking forward to making a few more in some other fabrics this coming year as well. These are the 4th of my favorite projects that I'm sharing with you today. They are the art smocks that I made the kids. These have been an excellent addition to our collection, and they've come in handy for our Christmas crafts, for a lot of painting activities. This one's still got some residual paint on it by the look of it, and we've even used our art smocks when we've done some baking to make sure that especially the younger kids don't end up covered in whatever it is that we're using to cook with. I shared a tutorial about making these art smocks on my YouTube channel, so I'll link that in the description box if you want to see how to make these. And I also designed this pattern, and I am selling it as well on my Etsy shop. Buying my patterns on my Etsy shop is a really great way to support me, so thank you to everyone that has bought my pattern, and a special thank you to anyone who's left any feedback or sent me any photos of the art smocks they've made using the pattern that I'm selling. I really do appreciate it. These art smocks are made out of PUL, which is a waterproof fabric, and they feature some bias binding around the neckline, around the wrists, and around the back opening. The good thing about these art smocks is that kids can put them on and off themselves because there's no closure at the back. It's just an elasticated neckline that they can put over their own head, and then there's no need to close any Velcro or zips or anything at the back. It also has long sleeves, because I don't know why you would bother with the short sleeve art smock in my opinion, because they're just bound to get their arms dirty anyway. So you might as well go long sleeve, I think. And I've put elastic in the wrists as well so that nothing goes up their sleeve onto their clothing. I am so proud of this design. It has been by far the most popular of my patterns that I sell on my Etsy shop, and I have gotten a lot of use out of them personally as well. All my kids have, really. So I'm really pleased with this pattern, and I hope that if you're interested in buying the pattern yourself, you check out the description box down below. My 5th favourite sewing project that I've made this year is my favourite thing that I have made myself, and that is actually this skirt here. My yellow skirt that I made for Elijah's 5th birthday party, which was yellow themed. I didn't have anything yellow to wear to his party, so I went to a local op shop, which is what we call a second-hand shop, and I found this big yellow queen-size sheet that I bought second-hand. It had a tiny little hole in it, so I had to avoid that part of the sheet. And I was able to make this lovely tiered skirt with pockets out of that sheet. I didn't share a tutorial of making this skirt on my YouTube channel because I was making it, I think, in one day before the party or some crazy time frame, which sounds like me. So I shared the making of this skirt in real time on Instagram stories instead. So if you would like to see how I made this skirt, you can go to my Instagram and look under the highlights for the tiered skirt tutorial, and you can watch there to see how I made this skirt. I would like to make another of these for myself this year. So if I do that, I will then probably make the tutorial and share it with you as well. An honorable mention to the shirt that I'm wearing, which was a thrift flip, which I shared on a YouTube short last week. So I'll link that down below too. This shirt used to be an off-the-shoulder shirt that just didn't fit very well. I'll put some before and after pictures here of what it looked like before I altered it, but I've changed the neckline to be more of a square fit instead of off the shoulder, and I have fixed the waist so that it isn't so baggy when I wear it with shorts, although with this skirt it doesn't matter as much. I really like this shirt. I think that the embroidery detail on the sleeves is really gorgeous, and it's also a really easy shirt for me to breastfeed in because the neckline is stretchy enough that I can pull it down when I'm feeding my son. So there you have it. They are my favorite 5 projects that I made in 2021. I'd love to know what you made that you're really proud of. Let me know in a comment down below. Or I'd love to also hear what your favorite project that I made on my YouTube channel was. That will help me to know what things you've enjoyed so I know what to make as future tutorials as well. I'd love for you to press the subscribe button down below so that YouTube knows to send more of my content your way, and you can also like the video while you're down there. So thanks again all of you for watching my sewing videos this year. I really do appreciate it, and until next time, go get creative and we'll see you later.